Hello, and welcome to the Fort Bend ISD STEM Coding and Robotics Competition Awards. This video will highlight the winners for the various coding and robotic competitions held for the students of Fort Bend ISD. But before we give the awards, let's enjoy a look at some Fort Bend ISD students and how they use STEM coding and robotics. To start, let's look at the robotics competition. As part of this competition, students programmed a robot to complete a series of adventures as part of the theme, Dare to Discover. Here are the winners in the elementary robotics competition. In fourth place, from Colony Bend Elementary, Landon, Brian, Sebastian, Azil, and Andrew. In third place, from Sienna Crossing Elementary, Alicia, Olivia, Hadley, Natalie, and Ella. In second place, from Sienna Crossing Elementary, Goodwin, Kalia, Mason, and Briswa. And in first place, from Colony Meadows Elementary, Alessandro. Now let's take a look at our middle school winners. In fourth place, from Fort Settlement Middle School, Anabia, Tevzil, and Shreya. In third place, from Quail Valley Middle School, Matthew, Mahal, Arnav, and Sonia. In second place, from Quail Valley Middle School, Advika, Akshita, Krishna, Anvita, and Arnav. And in first place, from Bowie Middle School, Orlando, Chris, Aaron, Aiden, and Adai. Congratulations to all our winners in the robotics competition. As part of the coding competition, students were asked to incorporate the theme of Dare to Discover into their coding projects. Students were challenged to create either an animation, video game, or work of art using a coding language. The following winners were not only successful with this challenge, but also went above and beyond with their creativity. Let's look at the winners in the Coding Awards for Video Game Elementary. In fourth place, from Madden Elementary, Little Snake's Jungle Adventure by Hudson, Eric, and Abel. In third place, from Highlands Elementary, Interaction Adventure by Eugenio. In second place, from Madden Elementary, Math Temple Dare to Discover by Ayush and Arian. And in first place, from Colony Meadows Elementary, Crumbling Temple, from Dhrithi, Amana, and Anna. Let's now look at the awards for video games at the middle school level. And the winners are, in fourth place, from Baines Middle School, The Mines by Michael. In third place, from Fort Settlement Middle School, Gems of Exploration by Kashfi. In second place, from Fort Settlement Middle School, Eureka by Jessica. And our first place winner from Quail Valley Middle School, Shipwreck, Escape the Island, from Arnav and Sonia. We will now look at the awards for the coding animation competition, starting with the elementary level. In fourth place, from Brazos Bend Elementary, The Magic Plant by Myra and Catherine. In third place, from Dulles Elementary, The Computer Virus by Ray Nash. In second place, from Madden Elementary, The Quest by Jahruf, Karthikeya, and Umar. And in first place, from Sienna Crossing Elementary, Treasure Adventure 2, from Julian and Connor. Now for the awards for the middle school level of animation. In fourth place, from Sartarsha Middle School, Dare to Discover, The Cool Show by Julian and Ariz. In third place, from Garcia Middle School, The Adventures of the Girl and the Dragon by Shiza, Ridhima, and Vidya. In second place, from Fort Settlement Middle School, Into the Forest by Joshua and Hang Sheng. And in first place, from Sartarsha Middle School, The Boy and the Windmill by Angie and Annie. Our final category is the coding art competition, where students were challenged to code a work of art using a computer language. And in first place for the elementary art competition goes to Colony Meadows Elementary, Artificial Intelligence by Sanchita. And the middle school awards go to, in fourth place, from First Colony Middle School, The Girl with the Pearl Earring by Devika. In third place, from Fort Settlement Middle School, The Wild West by Kashvi. In second place, from Fort Settlement Middle School, The One Set Apart by Jessica. And in first place for the middle school art, from Fort Settlement Middle School, The Persistence of Memory to the Disintegration by Vienna. We would like to congratulate not only our winners, but also all students that entered the competition. The attention to detail and thought that went into the coding and programming for the competition truly shows how our students are embracing the theme to dare to discover. These and other students' coding work will be highlighted at the upcoming STEM Showcase on May 19th. We look forward to seeing them and all our STEM students at the showcase.